Hi, it's Lipstick Elle. Thank you so much for watching. I'm trying this today. I've seen so many people talking about how much they love this product. I've had a hard time with some e.l.f. products in the past, and this new Camo powder foundation sounds like it would be more my speed, but I'm curious to see it's so affordable. It's so affordable. I'm really hoping that it's beautiful today. So I have prepped my face so far. My face has sunscreen on it, my skincare, my sunscreen. I have a little bit of corrector and a little bit of the e.l.f. where is it? Hydrating Camo concealer on. I have the shade Fair Warm. And when I first tried their Camo CC cream, I thought it was okay, but I didn't like the way that it wore long term on my skin. And I felt like it started to make me feel old, and I was worried. And I didn't pick this up when it first launched because I'm 47 and powders can sometimes really age me. And I'm a little trepidatious, but I wanted to try it anyway. I picked up the lightest shade on the Ulta website, and this is Fair 120. And I was just on the e.l.f. website and I realized there's a Fair 100. So here's hoping is a good shade. We'll see. I don't want to over apply this, but I want to see what the difference is between using the sponge applicator that comes in here and between putting it on kind of like with a buffing brush. I feel like I might get better success with the buffing brush, that it wouldn't like really cake on a layer. So I'm going to start with that. Then I will use the sponge included in the compact to add any coverage where I feel like I need it. All right. Woo. It's a little, I'm picking up a lot. I didn't know it was going to be that soft. So before we get started, let me show you what I'm trying to conceal. I have this hyperpigmentation spot here. I have some darkness on my chin from acne. I have a little bit of darkness right on the tops of my cheeks. I've got more like hyperpigmentation spots like around my face, and then redness around and on the top of my nose. That's usually what I'm looking to do, and I'm curious to see how this will go. So I'm going to, danger. Okay, maybe we're just gonna start doing this and then I'll start buffing it in. Wow, it kind of was more than I anticipated. I feel like this is turning me into a sheet of paper. I was worried about it being too yellow. I don't think it's gonna be a problem. I don't wanna take it too high up here heavily. I will very carefully and strategically put in some powder underneath my eyes. I normally wouldn't use a powder foundation underneath my eyes, but we're trying it today. That's what I'm doing. I'm giving it a whirl. I'm surprised at how much pigmentation I'm getting with just a brush. If you're curious, I'm using the Wayne Goss number 12 face brush. This is a natural hair brush. I feel like natural hair brushes are good at picking stuff up. If you remember that first bit on my nose was like, whoa, maybe too much. So I don't know. Maybe I would have done better with a synthetic brush, but I love this for face products. So I have it on. Here's what I'm noticing. I still can see this hyperpigmentation spot here. I've got a small one here. I feel like normally the spots I have on my chin, I'm not really seeing them. I have a little one here, a little one here, but overall I would feel confident leaving the house with this level of coverage here. Normally I dot concealer first and then powder, or foundation and then concealer and then powder, but I wanted to see what this could do just all on its own. It's not the worst thing I've seen under my eyes. I feel like I might have a little bit of creasing, and I don't know if that's because I didn't use a small enough brush. I feel like sometimes a brush this size, if I pick up maybe that's even too much, a minimal amount, and just sweep it under here. The other brush was a little bit larger, and maybe it was not getting product, because I feel like there is a little bit of creasing going on here. Normally I don't use whatever powder I'm using all over my face under my eyes. I have a small handful of powders that I trust for under my eyes, but I was like, if we're trying it, let's just put it everywhere today. And I feel like, it's not bad. I thought there was going to be more dryness and it would make my under eye look crepey and old, but I don't know, it looks pretty all right. Okay. Here's where I'm going to pull out the sponge that comes with this, pick up a little bit, not a ton, and see if I can just cover this spot here. It's a lot. Boy, it really picks it up. I don't know that I'm getting any better coverage this way. I think this would be great for like touch up during the day if you have any, you know, oil around the corners of your nose, over the top of your nose. I don't know that I am going to be getting like a ton of amazing coverage that I'm not getting with the brush with the sponge, because that brush picked up a lot more than I expected it to. I feel like I'm just a little bit on the heavy side when it comes to powder. I'm gonna take a minute to finish the rest of my face and I'll be right back. So I got my face finished. I'm gonna zoom you in and we're gonna talk about just a few things. I'm hoping you can see, I'm seeing a lot of texture over the top of my nose, a lot of like dryness in the corners, and I didn't even know I had like kind of like a dry patch going on over here, but this powder is like really accentuating it. If you're looking at the under eye area, this is probably something I would never use in my under eye area again. All right, so I feel like it makes it didn't look bad right when I put it on, but it's been about 20 minutes. And I feel like even with a layer of hydrating setting spray, it still looks a little drier than I would like. The other problem is that this eye here is perpetually leaking. And I feel like, I don't know whether it's already leaking, but it looks a little weird here. I feel like it's overall, I wouldn't use it like right here again or under my eye. I feel like it's not bad everywhere else. I don't feel like I have product settling in my forehead lines, and that's the good thing about a powder, is that it's gonna stay where you put it. The one problem I did have is my nose. Okay, so I feel like my nose looks pasty white. And the minute I try and brush a little bronzer over it, this brush, my bronzing brush, is knocking off powder. Let me show you. And it's not just applying bronzer, it's kind of getting rid of it. And then you can see right in this area where there's like little pinpoints of powder. So I have continued to go back and just lightly, you know, without grabbing anything else on here, just try and even it out. I don't know. I feel like this powder is not doing me any favors in the nose area, and there's definitely better powders in my collection for under the eyes, but let me zoom out and we'll keep chatting about it. I'm just gonna reiterate, I do have some concerns about under eye area and right here and over the nose on my skin. I have never seen so much texture on my nose here and here with a powder. I don't know what it is, and I don't use a ton of powder foundations. I have one from Laura Geller. I have the one from L'Oreal, the Freshwear Infallible Powder Foundation. I don't really have a ton of powder foundations because I tend to prefer a liquid foundation. It gets more of a lifelike look to my skin. But I have been curious about not just this, but finding a good long wearing powder foundation in general. This is where I tell you my new job is at a dental office. And even though the mask mandate is gone for my state, we're still required in healthcare environments to wear a mask. And so I'm still wearing a mask, and I'm trying to find a way, you know, what hack can I use to get my makeup to stay all day so that when I take my mask off at lunchtime or I take my mask off on the way home, I'm not missing like makeup in this area. And up to this point, I really haven't had to worry about it because I'd been home and wearing it occasionally, a couple, you know, maybe an hour at most if I was going shopping or something. But now it's kind of like an all day thing, you know, 8 hours a day, 3 days a week. And I end up with like a completely like different, this part of my face looks very different from the rest of it. So I was hoping that a powder foundation like this would actually help. Here's what I'm planning on doing next. This is not like a total epic fail. I don't think so. I feel like actually I feel like it looks pretty good here. I like the way that it looks on my forehead. I am so surprised that this shade is so light because I feel like there is definitely a discrepancy between here and here. And even though I was, you know, putting bronzer like here and dragging it down, there's only so much you can do when something is significantly off tone, dark, light, what have you. And I feel like this product would actually be good if I was using a synthetic brush that wasn't picking up as much powder, because the one that I was using from Goss, this natural hair brush, I mean, it picks up product, and I was really stamping down significant amounts. So I'm wanting to try something that's maybe a little wispier, a little, you know, something like this. This is from Real Techniques, and it wouldn't, you know, pick up as much and would lightly apply, set over foundation, and use this maybe not under the eyes, but to set the rest of my face. I want to see if I can get this to work. And then my question is, am I going to be able to trust it as my touch-up powder when I'm not here at my makeup desk? When I pull something out of my purse and I've taken my mask off at the end of the day and I need to just like dot something over there because I'm missing makeup here and here. Is it gonna work? I don't know. I will get back to you and let you know what my experience is. Here's where I want to hear from you. If you have tried this, what has your experience been? Are you over the age of 45? Do you have some of the same skincare concerns that I have, where it's emphasizing texture, where it's looking dry, picking up dry patches, or making your under eye look a little crepey? Or if you found a way to use it and still get the benefits of a powder foundation that, you know, wears a little bit longer, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Have an incredible day, and I will see you again soon.